There's been a lot of wind, a lot of rain in the last, well, it began yesterday evening through the night. A lot of damage being done to homes, infrastructure around. Some of dwellings, I know of a dwelling that has lost its roof. We have trees down on homes. We've had bridges. We've had 2 bridges washed out. We'd have had some homes destroyed as well. There's a lot of power lines down and just significant damage.
What are you hearing from authorities?
Well, we've taken out a local state of emergency in the municipality of Victoria County here, trying to allow emergency personnel and workers to gain access to areas to make sure that the power lines are not energized. There's no danger of electrocution, to make sure roads are safe for travel before people get out on them. Richmond County had an incident where one of their residents were traveling and the road gave out from underneath his vehicle and collapsed into a brook. So we don't want that to happen here, and people's safety is first and foremost important.
Lyle, can you tell me that again? Because I don't want people to miss that. You're saying the storm was so powerful that the road gave in?
The road, yes, from washouts and stuff. So there was such heavy water, so much damage that road gave way, and that was in our neighboring municipality, Richmond County. We know of one vehicle that has driven into the water into the brook, where the road gave out from underneath him.
Is that person okay?
As far as I know, he was rescued. I don't know about injuries or anything. So.
Okay. Do you have any sense of injuries in your community or in the neighboring communities?
I've never been informed of any injuries as a result of the storm at this point in time. Like I said, emergency personnel are ready to respond if need be on an emergency basis. We have accessibility issues on some of the roads. We do have some road closures on the Cabot Trail as well. Parks Canada has some roads closed. They've had some rock slides and landslides in certain areas that make inaccessibility hard.
What's your biggest challenge right now?
To be able to get people to ask people to stay home and stay safe until we have the ability to make sure people can get out safely. And just be prepared. We ask people to be prepared for 72 hours. If we need to open shelters in the near future or comfort centers, we certainly will do that if the request comes.
You know, Lyle, my husband worked out in Cape Breton for a couple of years. We loved it out there. But this whole time during the past couple of days, he's been saying, well, people out east are used to this. It's not a big deal. I don't know why we're making such a big deal about this. From your perspective, is Fiona a big deal? Is this one different?
This one has been different. This one has caused significant damage. Some of the other storms that we've versed here in Victoria County in the last number of years have been isolated to one area or another, but the whole municipality here has been affected. There's been parts of all of Nova Scotia that have been affected. All of Cape Breton Island has been affected, and it's causing some significant damage, and we hope that people are going to be safe.
You know, when you're doing emergency management coordinating, as you are, what about people who are especially vulnerable? Individuals who might have mobility issues, people who don't have homes, who are living out in tents, senior citizens, all these folks who might be alone and might be injured and don't have the capacity to get to help. How do you go about making sure that these individuals who are vulnerable are safe?
We have our own emergency alerting system here in the municipality, and during yesterday, when we took out our emergency alert about Hurricane Fiona approaching Nova Scotia and us here in Victoria County, we asked for people to check on their neighbors and stuff to make sure, because not everybody has the ability to move around. So senior citizens and maybe handicapped personnel may not have the ability to get out and move around and check on somebody else. So at least we ask that you check on your neighbors, because it could be hours or days before emergency personnel can get to you.
Hours or days? So folks don't have electricity for a few days. I mean, hopefully they've made the necessary preparations, but if they haven't, what do you advise? What should people do?
Well, in that event, after we asked that there be prepared for 72 hours, but if need be, we could open a comfort center for them to be able to shelter in place for short-term time.
I take it that's not something you've had to set up so far.
Nothing yet.
Okay.
Yeah, there has been no request as of yet, but we're ready and prepared if the request comes in.